Um, so, what did I get up to? Um, I didn't like the fact that, Sue Storm and the whole Namor thing. Like, I'm one of those people where, Reed Richards and, Sue Storm is kind of a couple that should never be tampered with. Kind of like Lois Lane and, Clark Kent. Like, I know in the New 52 that, just deviating completely, that, Wonder Woman and Clark are together, but I don't see that lasting. Like, I think eventually, they will put those two back together. Purely based on the fact that, they are just not meant to be together. Like, they only have one thing in common, and that is the fact that they're both very lonely, and they just so happen to save people's lives on a daily basis. That's two things in common. Really. Anywho, plus, it's very, very irresponsible for, Sue Storm to go underground and work for Captain America. Like, she's putting her family at risk being there. Also, what's Doctor Strange doing in this comic? I mean, he appears for something like three times, and there's no reason why he should be there. Like, he fasts for 40 days to hopefully bring an end to, the Civil War. Yeah, dude, fasting isn't gonna stop a battle between Captain America and Iron Man. It's just not. So yeah, the artwork in, this comic is very, very cinematic. And that I greatly enjoyed. Like, it's beautifully, beautifully done. And I like the comic for that. I think the artwork is done by, let's see, the artwork is done by Steve McNiven. You know, and he did a really, really good job with the art. I love the artwork. And like, the book is very, very action heavy. Which sort of, it adds to the, story. Also, another thing that I didn't like what they implied, that Captain America and the Punisher were similar. Because, those two characters are completely different. Like, the Punisher kills supervillains, whereas Captain America, although he has killed in the war, does not kill, supervillains. So, it's sort of, that I didn't like. I didn't like what they implied. But, where was I with the art? Yeah, the art was very, very good. And the comic itself is very, very good as a self-contained piece. it's as soon as you start adding it to the Marvel, like the rest of the Marvel universe, the book starts to break down. Like, obviously what happens in, like, after the events of this book, sort of tries to get rid of Civil War. Like, with Spider-Man, it's what happened with, Brand New Day. And then, obviously, the death of Captain America. The book really, really just begins to break down. And, when I do my review for, World War Hulk, when I get the comic, I like World War Hulk, because World War Hulk basically just says, right, what happened in Civil War screwed you all over. And, like, there's a line in World War Hulk, because I used to have the comic, but then, it got sold by my mother. Grrr. What happened in, World War Hulk is that, Hulk literally punches all the right people. But that review comes later. The book doesn't portray the characters very well, but they did introduce me to some new characters that, I was very unfamiliar with. Like the Young Avengers. You know, they were a good group. Like, obviously in this book, you can't attach because there's so many characters. But I do recommend it for readers who have, who want to get into Marvel and want to try one of their events. Because, so long as you treat it as a self-contained, event, the book does not break down. Like, excuse me. It's as soon as you start adding, everything that comes later, you start firing bullet holes into the book, which unfortunately decreases, the enjoyment of the book. Like, I will hands down say, this is not the most enjoyable comic, to read. But it is a very good, Marvel event, if you're trying to get into the Marvel Universe. And you can look past all of its faults. Anyway, I'm rambling. So, I am going to leave it at that, and stay tuned for some more collected editions. Bye!